Hi, it's me, Nico, and I will be giving a run-through of how exactly I made this foley sound assignment voiceover of this scene, this 33-second scene from Jurassic Park. So first, I had the original audio planted here the entire time. It is currently on 0 volume, and I just used it roughly to know where the beats are. Even though I didn't strictly follow this, it gave me a good idea where I could just unmute it and see how it lines up with my audio. But as you can see, I didn't follow it a lot because it's close by, but I didn't really work off it. Right, we could actually delete that because we don't need it. Right, now, the opening of door. This took, ignoring this, I'm going to come to that later. This took 3 sound effects at once. And what I did is that I took 3 different types, right? So I had this one. Wait, you can see me listening to the audio. And then using 2 knives slashed against each other to make that noise. I also did this another time so I can get the raw clip onto my thing. Then for the door itself, I used the door from my dorm to make it crack open. And I also did this to get the sound of the door clashing against each other. I put those 3 into my CapCut Studio, and I used certain voice effects. So if you click on a sound, right, it says here audio effects, and basically what those do is that you can apply them to make either deeper or have more reverb, and it's just to get the full potential out of your audio. So this is the one where the banging of the door over here. And what I did, I went to audio effects and I put reverb just so it can have that extra kind of deepness and echoiness to it. And I layered it with the banging of the door and the knives over here. And what I did here, the door, I put echo, so it would echo a little bit as if it's in the distance. And for audio, and for the knife slashing against each other, I actually slowed down the speed by 0.8 and I changed the audio pitch while also applying mic echo to it, which is only very slightly different. It's just what sounds more appealing, and in total it gives us this. You might be wondering what this at the bottom is. And this is, wait, am I recording? Just making sure. Yeah. And this right here, it's, I wanted the same audio throughout. If you look at the other clip, it has like this very static along it, you know? So I wanted to keep that old feeling. So what I did, I went down to the laundry room of my school. So actually, where is it? 30-second clip. Just give me a second. Sorry. Right here. And I was just in the laundry room listening to the static. And I played that throughout, not only to have an old feeling, but to help me take these audios so they can sound more merged together as they seem part of the ambient diegetic environment of the said scene. Right after that, we have the lights clicking, and for that I just went into my bedroom and I just clicked the lights. Where is it? And because, you know, like no effect was good enough, I applied an audio effect to it to make it sound more in the distance. And for this, I actually applied old tape. This would make it more muffled. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you the audios by themselves. If I can. Hold up. That means I'd have to mute the rest. Right, so let me just do that. this is the fork with the audio effect and the slowing down. Oh, how did this down? Yeah, and that is the Stanley Cup being touched. Let's go back. Right. Now this is our little light switch, so you see how it sounds more muffled than this? That is because of the effect to make it sound as part of the environment. Right, this is where I did the footsteps, as we could tell by the increase in beats over here, of the children running towards it. This is where I went back into the basement. This is a little further on. Where is it? Here we go. I faced the camera towards the floor, so the charging output would be closer to my footsteps to get the most I could out of the audio. After that, I didn't apply any effects to this because it wasn't needed, but I had a fade out here of, how many seconds? 0.6 I had it previously, for it to sound like this. Right, for this banging here, I used two different things. I used this kind of ring, you know? Let me see. Yes, this is me slapping the heater. And it's two clips of me slapping the heater layered over each other, but one of them has metal pipes as the thing. This only muffles the sound a little bit rather than have an effect by itself. I'll show you. See? So it kind of just has a to it in a way. And I layered those two to have this. Sorry. After that, we needed the dinosaur. For this, I have to say it was frankly the most embarrassing part. I had to growl into the microphone. So this part right here, it's several takes of me just growling. But no, wrong one. Sorry. Where is it? This one. You get the gist of it. And with a fade in, right? So it would seem that the dinosaur was getting closer to the door. This was the maximum fade in that I could have, which was a total of 7.6 seconds. And I also applied a deepening effect to my voice. Yeah, see, deep. That is the pitch. That is Sasha. Right, and that would make my voice sound lower to replicate the growl of an animal. Because I'm a woman, you know, my voice is quite high pitched and I cannot create those low sounds. So I applied the voice effect on top to make it sound more realistic. And this is the fade in. As you could see, it's an increase. And then here, in the original clip, it's almost like a spray puff. So what I did is that I took a bunch of different sprays and I sprayed them together. Watch this. This is the first one. Second. Third. This one was the most effective for me, I'd say. And then I made that noise into the mic. And then I layered it with me slamming the desk. And I put all of those together. Right? No audio effects here. And I managed to get this. With me growling on the top of it. Now here, the dinosaur needed to be growling while coming towards the door. So I did exactly that. I did another growling audio into my phone. And then I just lowered my voice with the drown out effect. I used the drown out effect because I needed my voice to seem like I was outside rather than close to the door to make that distancing from the characters. So watch. So you can hear me like muffled out in the distance. Then you can see the dinosaur closer towards the door, and then a screech. How I did this, another growling. For this, I slowed it, and what I do with slowing the audio is that I change the audio pitch and I put it to 0.8 speed. This automatically lowers my voice, and I also applied the deep effect to my voice, which landed on this. This is the best growling I did in my defense, and for this, as you can see, has a lot of layering. I took multiple videos of me screeching, right? Check it out. I think I have some more back as well. No. Do I? Let's see. No, that's me before. Yeah, no, so it's just me making very silly noises, and I layered them all at once. Only 2 of them have audio effects, and this one has reverb, so it has a little bit of an echo, and this one has church, which basically also gives me a little bit of an echo, and that layered all together is yeah. And that was all of it.